Hello there, people of the account of Yorman Rich Nicholson, people of the Fainter Anglo-Saxon Germanic Norse laird of the Alasata, Klingershalf and Wolfingershalf. I'll just come on, I might read the next two chapters of the Havermal. There's a reason for this. I do wish to experiment my recording capability on this iPad. Obviously I need to know if there is an issue with this because of the blots on Funnels Day. So I've decided to tonight go on to chapter 60 and 61 tonight, and I'm going to babble on a little bit just to drag the time down a bit. It usually cuts off about 10 to 15 minutes, so yeah, I want to try and babble on for a couple of minutes, probably longer, for about 15 minutes, and I want to see if this just randomly knocks me off again, or whether it was just the fact of I needed to clear space. I didn't have a lot of space on my iPad, which I've now secured, and I've got about, what, I'll get 39 gigabytes, I've probably got about 18 gigabytes, so hopefully I would like to use out of 39, so yeah, hopefully, was it 30? No, I think it's 39, but anyway, I'm going to babble on this for a few minutes and read the next chapters of the Havermal. If it does cut off, I will have to do it again, of course, in a quick period of time, and I don't know what, I may have to try the main camera, as I did for tonight's chapter 58 and 59, because I had to use the main camera and upload it, which I may have to do for blot if this cuts out again. Obviously on Funnels Day, but I'm experimenting. I'm hoping it was a storage issue. I've also now decided not to use Berzum's music as background, because there could be a copyright. There is nothing. I have to well, I won't say the name of the device because it'll trigger it. Echo is the other name. I asked that, and it didn't actually state that it can be yanked off by copyright music. You'll just get a message and to cut the music out like you do on Facebook. But anyway, let's give this a go. Let's try and go on for a couple of minutes. Let's try and hit the mark of 15 or before, and let's see if this cuts me off. So I think I've babbled on enough there, and I'll see where we are after 60 and 61. I will read this again if it just yanks me out, and I'll just have to do it. Well, I'll do it tomorrow, but obviously on the camera. But if it allows me to put it up tonight with a decent amount of time, and I end the video on my own accord, it's great. You get an extra Havermal show, and I'll move on to 62 and 63 tomorrow. So here we go. We go from Bray to Thorpe to Bellows. As always, Bray is modern English, but in a much ancient, more former tongue. Then Thorpe explains it more clearer, and then on to Bellows. I'm really hoping this doesn't cut out. I'm really hoping there's no issue with my recording system on my channel, but I'm a bit paranoid at it. About 10-15 minutes it's just going to cut out again. Maybe it could have been the end of the storage, I don't know. I've got more storage now, and I'll just delete the videos if that is the case from my gallery after, once it's up on YouTube and Facebook. So here we go, chapter 60, and I'm keeping there actually. Alexa, launch YouTube. It is a bit quiet. Well, we'll use the music source that we know consists of No Issues, which is the Celtic relaxing music. I love that. It's a bit quiet in here for my liking. We will not be using Burzum because we've had issues with that the last couple of times. I'm not sure if that's YouTube, and if it is, I apologise. I won't use it again.
I wonder.
Adverts not good. I'm just going to mute the telly, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't know if there's any copyright on them. Of course, I don't get to choose the adverts, so there's not a lot I can do about that. It's just ridiculous, really. I've actually got 2 ads, so one just took like 20 seconds, and then you've got the blessing of, well, the Uttengard blessing, I guess you could say, of another one. No, that's not the one I want. That is not the one I want. That's the one I want. Oh, right. There we go. So just put an ad on and completely change the video. Oh, it's demented. Right, technology, eh? My good old Uncle Pete will tell you about that. He's had quite the experience, well, yeah, what is now yesterday with technology. But anyway, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Right, we're now on 6 minutes, and it ain't knocked me off yet, so I've never been took down for copyright with this before, so I know it's okay. Of dry logs saved and roof bark stored, a man can know the measure of the wood too, which should last him out 1.5 years to come. Thorpe reads it as, of dry planks and roof shingles, a man knows the measure of the firewood that may surface, both measure and time. Bellows reads it as, of seasoned shingles and strips of bark, for the thatch let one know his need, and how much of wood he must have for a month, or in half a year he will use. So we'll go through Bellows again and we'll break this down. A seasoned shingles and strips of bark, for the thatch let one know his need, and how much of wood he must have for, right, okay, so of seasoned shingles and strips of bark, for the thatch let one know his need. So he's got to tell the one selling the strips of wood how much he needs and how much wood he must have for a month and a half, a year he will use. So we need to tell him how much he needs to get him probably most likely for the winter. Wording's basically saying you need to, you know, prepare yourself for winter because they're hard. They're hard times, they're not easy times, especially in the days of our forebears. They're not easy times at all. And now it looks like he's basically just telling you to think about how much resources you need to get you through tough times. Moving on to chapter 61, we are now on 9 minutes, and I still haven't been cut off. So yeah, that's good. So it's well, we'll see where we are at 15 minutes. It's not far now. It was 15 minutes on yesterday. Well, not the one I did earlier, but the one where I was in the hole. It cut me off. I think it was dead on just after 15 minutes. As we were saying farewell, Reese went to say his farewell and it just cut him off. It did the same again tonight, so I decided to get rid of it and record it on the camera. So I'm actually quite paranoid about this because you know, storage is a nightmare, and I think when recording on YouTube, it also, because it saves on your videos, it goes into your storage, so it's a bit of a bit of what we here in Angleland, in Britannia or Angleland, my Roman Mercia, so he's a bit of a twat. It's a bit of a nightmare. But anyway, might take me down for saying that now. But no, I think it was a storage issue, or it was because I was using Burzum's music, which I will, for the sake of it not happening again, I will not use. Chapter 61. Here's Bray's version. We are on 10 minutes and nearly 40, and I'm pretty sure this app shouldn't just take you down when it wants. It doesn't have the right to do that. Fed and washed should one ride to court, through the garments none to. Actually, before I carry on, I think if this does cut out, I'm gonna put this video up anyway, so you guys know what's going on, just so you guys get the gist of what we've actually got, basically an extra chapter 60 to 9, possibly 61, but I'll find out in about 4 minutes. So fed and washed should one ride to court, though in garments none too new. Thou shalt not shame thee for shoes or breeches, not yet for a sorry steed. That's Bray's version. Here comes Thorpe. Washed and fed, let a man ride to the thing, although his garments be not too good, of his shoes and breeches. Let no one be ashamed, not of his horse, although he have not a good one. Washed and fed, this is Bellows, washed and fed to the council fair, but care not too much, for thy clothes let none be ashamed. Of his shoes and horse, less still of the steed he rides, though poor be the horse he has. So let's break this down. Washed and fed to the council fair, but care not too much for thy clothes. So he's washed his clothes, but he's not going to be over paranoid about them. Let none be ashamed of his shoes and horse. He's not ashamed of the shoes that he possesses or his horse. Less still the steed he rides, though poor be the horse he has. So he's basically, what he's saying is he's not a wealthy man. He's probably what we are today, working class. Back then, he worked a lot of farm. He wasn't, he weren't no royalty. But people that might have been a bit wealthier than him, he wasn't embarrassed. He wasn't embarrassed to ride around where he needed to go, or he's what we call steadfast. He was prideful, He enjoyed his life for what it was, and he weren't scared to get on his horse and travel, and he wasn't ashamed of his attire. And I'm very much like that myself. I'm happy to go out in my metalhead attire. I'm not afraid to put on my tunic or my ancient belt, or I've even got some medieval trousers. Yeah, if I need, for blots mainly, and I'm not scared to, for example, to wear them in the woods for Klingers half blots, or for home blots either. We're nearly on 15 minutes now. This is nearly about where it cut out last time, I thought, if I'm correct. So I'm going to probably try and get into the 16th minute and see what happens. It hasn't cut me off yet, so I am convinced it was either the Burzum music or the storage issue. So I will make sure this video is deleted out of my photos when this is uploaded. But yeah, the lesson here is be prideful in what you wear in chapter 61. Be prideful in what you wear. Don't be ashamed if you are comfortable in it, and if it is of your interest. Now we're in the 15th minute now, and I want to see if this cuts me off before the 16th, because yesterday it did. And I'll double check the timestamp. In fact, I shall do that now. We've uncovered 1661, so I'll record that, and then I shall check the timestamp on here and see where it cut me off. Well, the other day. Well, yeah, the other day now. So Havermal quotes, and we have just done 60 and 61, and tomorrow we will do, all being well, 62 and 63. Depending on how work goes, I may not come on there. That's done. I may take, because you've just basically got 2 in one evening, but I'll see how I feel for you guys. I do, however, with you guys, wish to check the timestamp on where I was cut off yesterday evening. So, videos, and I was cut off, I can't actually, oh yeah, it's there. I was cut off at 15:38, we're now on 16:15. So yeah, we've overcome the time where I was cut off. And it was before that earlier, so this was, I think the issue we're having here, was it was definitely the fact that them 2 videos I used Burzum, which I, for the sake, as much as I love what he does and his spirituality and his relaxing music, I will no longer use it, because, you know, there's obviously, and I don't agree with him, there's obviously, and without going too political, there's the movement against him, which just needs to get a grip, really, in my opinion. But we won't go political, because I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want to break, you know, this lovely spirituality and these lovely lessons of Woden. The Elfeder. Or it could just be that I was very low on space. Either one I don't want to risk. And it just comes to the end of the bar, and it's like, right, done, bang, off. So, yeah, we are on nearly 18 minutes, 17 and a half minutes. Yeah, 17 minutes and nearly 40 seconds, and we're still up. So, well, I'm still up, I say, there's no one else in here, but as in, we as a community watching here. I'm going to try and get this through to 20, and if it hasn't cut off by then, and I'm assuming I'm going with definitely it's one of them 2 issues. So, and I will make sure this video is again out, deleted out my photos on YouTube and Facebook, and the groups, and hopefully that nightmare will not happen again. I was quite annoyed when it happened earlier tonight, actually. And I was a bit like baffled when it happened in the hall yesterday. It just cut me off, and I was like, oh, what's that about? But it happens, and it happens to, well, the people that know the truth, really, mainly. You know, they don't like us heathens, do they? But we're still here, and we're going to keep this way alive, whether they like it or not, because we're steadfast. And it is my duty and my promise to the gods that I will keep these ways alive. It is the duty of a layman, and that is what I will do. Whether YouTube don't like it, whether Facebook don't like it, we get out there in nature, me and the lads of a Klinger Surf, and we do this and we worship it. So guess what? If you don't like it, then don't watch it, or don't intrude. Don't, because if you try to attack us, you are the Stuttgart, and you will get nothing from us. Nothing. But anyway, yes, you know, so don't, just, you know, if you got nothing better to do and to try and destroy what is still an ongoing religion from the ancient medieval times, don't bother, because we're here and we're not going anywhere. And as layman, I will stay 100% steadfast to my ways and to my gods and to my forebears, to my kin and everything I promised when I swore oath as a layman. because this is part of me now. This is, you know, I take this seriously, and you know, my half members will tell you it's a big percentage of my life. The other being my kin, my allies, my friends, my houseman, and my partner. You know, and you know, my other few hobbies. One of them being football, WWE, stuff like that. Maybe gaming. But yeah, but I think, you know, my path is probably 50%. The other is my kin, my partner, my friends. Like I say, they join the other to be the other 50. So yeah, we've hit the 20-minute mark and I'm still going. So I'm going to call it there. And I'm just glad. Oh, hold on, that dot's flashing in up above now. It doesn't usually do that. So I wonder if that means it's about to cut me off. Does that mean that there is only a certain amount of time that I can record on here? I'm going to hold another couple of minutes because that red dot by the timer is flashing. Maybe it's... I was watching something, apparently the device can overheat, which can also knock it off. I was watching a video just before I come on. But yeah, why is that flashing? Does that mean it's about to knock me off again? If so, I will just do it on the camera because I don't understand why it's doing this. What is my... Oh, actually, I better not do that because it might knock me off. But yeah. Anyway, I'll start closing this down now. I might just do another practice video just to see if that dot was flashing before. So, another quick test video because I weren't sure if that red dot was flashing or whether it weren't when I first come on. If it weren't, that might have something to do with why it keeps like biting me off. That sounds bad, doesn't it? Like cutting me off just randomly while I'm trying to record, which is like high levels of tedium. But anyway, maybe have the honour to be, the wisdom to know, and the knowledge to care. Wassel Hal, drink ale, as our forebears did, so shall we. I'm Yeoman Rich Nicholson, and I thank you for watching this again, and I'm glad that I was able to finish this video without it cutting out. And I'm just going to babble on for another couple of seconds, and if it does it while I say these few words, then you know, and it hasn't. So there we go. Thank you. See you later.